there's so many ups and downs in your career. You've been running forever.
Yeah.
How do you mentally get into those moments where you're psyched and happy? Like, how do you optimize those? And then what gets you, from a mindset perspective, like through the challenging moments?
Yeah, I feel like so much of marathoning is kind of that delayed gratification, and like throughout an entire build, I think you're kind of building anticipation, you're working towards this one day, and so I think it's almost like it's this weird balance of like trying to stay really excited, but also not get too excited too early. So I feel like you ride that line for a while. I feel like the getting excited part is making sure I'm not too late.
Like, how much of marathoning do you take to like some of those lessons?
Oh, it's so much of it. I feel like I've learned so much about life through doing this. It's really informed me how, like, you really have to, like, stick through really tough times. And then even if you're in a rough patch, there's always going to be, like, a better, I don't know, a better part coming. There's so many times in a marathon where you can be like, I need to drop out right now. And then a mile later, you're like, I'm on top of the world. And so it's learning to ride that wave.
What about nutrition for you? I mean, you're a top athlete. How do you optimize your performance through nutrition?
So I'm practicing nutrition on most of my big workouts and training runs in a build. I use it, and so pretty much every workout that I do, I'm intaking some sort of gel. And especially on a long run, I'm trying to replicate like my cooking strategy. So I'm trying to do like 60 to 70 grams of carbs an hour while I'm going. Yeah, especially on some of the faster stuff. And I think it's really good trying to train how you race, train your gut, and just get used to it. So it's not such a shock.
Have you always been drinking carbs on your runs? Like,
No. In college, see, that's the thing. It's something that has evolved so much for me because, like, in college, old enough to be coming from a time when fasted long runs were a thing.
Right.
And for female athletes, that's just an absolute nightmare. I only started using carbs when I started marathoning 5 years ago. So I think that has been probably the most radical shift on how I train, and especially as I'm shifting longer distances on things, realizing just how important it is to be taking carbs the entirety of your race.
It's so interesting. You know, I'm a triathlete and a runner, but I'm a triathlete, and so I've never really spent a lot of time taking carbs. Because it's very hard for your stomach, and then, like, I can't even imagine running and I use gels and shoes. And even for runners, like, it was pretty cool if you didn't eat anything.
See, that's the thing. I feel like that's been the biggest paradigm to break is like, oh, I ran 22 miles without any nutrition. And I'd be like, why?
It's so much faster.
Exactly. And so I try to think of that. It's like, if you're able to put fuel into the system while you're going, like, why? You know, but so much of it just in the same way that you wouldn't go from doing 0 miles to 100 miles. You wouldn't go from doing 0 carbs to 70 carbs.
Right. You have to train your body.
Exactly.